All right, everybody. Oh, we don't want that on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm back. The shades are back as well, everybody. Hello. How was your Sunday? It's June 3rd, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 3rd. I hope you're having a good morning. Before we get into the news, let's just talk about me, I guess. This is my stream. We're going to talk about me. We're going to talk about me, this guy. Because I got some updates about just me and my life and what I'm doing. So we're just going to spend like 2-3 minutes before we get into the news about what's going on with your boy. Okay. As you guys know, we streamed last night. Had no sleep all day because I fucking fucked my sleep schedule up. Woke up at 9:30 p.m. on Monday. Stayed awake all day till what's it called? Shit. Went the next day, obviously. And I stayed up all day. I slept good. Slept well. Slept for 10 hours, which probably was too much. Went to bed at 9 after the hockey game. Vegas wins. It is what it is. I'm going for the jerks, but Vegas wins the game 1 in Carolina. It was a great game. But then I passed out like a baby. And guess who's graduating next year, everybody? Your boy is going to be a college graduate, a university graduate, a post-secondary grad. I talked to my people at the school, and they were like, "You're all ready. You just got to apply, and whenever the opening window is to apply, and then I'm set." And then I'm all set to be a class trader, everybody. I'm all set to get my feet into the dirty world of capital, into finance capital, and become the wolf that I was meant to be, I guess, while also being a Marxist on stream. So that's nice. So that's my little intro. Speaking of Marxists, we're just going to talk about news. So they clapped. I didn't see this yesterday, or this came out. Hassan. Now, I had my day in the sun with Hassan when I was a young liberal, a young, probably 20-year-old liberal who was confused about the world. And I was like, I never really associated or identified with the toxic masculine right and more free markets and less safety or supporting systems for the poor. I never really got that. But I was definitely more right-wing economically as an 18 to 20-year-old than I am currently. But, I had my day in the sun with Hassan. He was definitely a stepping stone for me to read more into socialist theory. And doing so, now I don't really respect Hassan. Because he is if you read Marx, if you read Lenin, and if you read Engels, those are like the 3 core dudes you should probably know about socialism. Next to like Mao and maybe Rosa Luxemburg, amongst some others, Trotsky. But when you start reading and branching out and actually reading theory, especially Marx and Engels, probably the first 2 you should get into, then Lenin. Not that there's like a way, but Marx and Engels are probably the main 2 dudes. And if you at least read them, they talk a lot about fake socialism. They talk a lot about fake socialists, reformists. And Hassan is definitely a reformist. He talks about social safety nets a lot. He's like a Bernie Sanders AOC type, right? More social safety nets, more taxes on the rich, more wealth distribution. Doesn't talk a lot about abolishing private property relationships. Doesn't talk a lot about wage slavery. Doesn't talk a lot about moving on from capitalism, although he is critical of capitalism. He doesn't actually advocate for an independent Marxist-Leninist party that challenges the Democratic Party as like a third option. As far as I can see, he is cozying up into the reformist groups, which is fine. That the Bernie Sanders and the AOC is like, we want to work together. Just when you're in Hassan's position and you're just a commentator, why not take that extra step forward to be more radical? When if you're a Marxist, you should understand that Marx and Engels and all these theorists have plenty and plenty of criticisms for the reformists about how capital eventually dilutes the socialist revolutionary potential and how it actually maintains capitalism. But that's my little tangent before we go on to Hassan's sexy obsessed life or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's my little thing about Hassan. Used to like him when I was younger. Now that I'm more of a Marxist, socialist, commie, horrible piece of shit, I kind of see him in a different light. I would like him to be more of a Marxist, of course, more of a revolutionary. I would like him to at least advocate more for abolishing private property and what that means, at least. Talking about wages and wage slavery and constant capital, eventually taking everyone's jobs and stuff like that. And he does. The thing is, he does. But he doesn't advocate for much outside of the typical NDP socialist Bernie Sanders type of rhetoric, although he is much more extreme when we talk about Israel Palestine, which I am all for. Of course, I'm pro Palestine, free Palestine, but and that's not going to go super well for a lot of these reformists in that he surrounds himself by, like Bernie Sanders, who's like takes a lot of criticism from the left, who he's very soft on Israel. Anyway, what am I even? I'm just on a long tangent. Let's read, shall we? Hassan Piker's seedy, sex-obsessed life, soliciting nudes, list of best breasts, and a separate laptop for porn. Now, this is from the New York Post by Megan Palin. Now, honestly, the headline is usually like, what's the worst thing? Like, that's gonna, like, they're hitting you with, right? That grabs people. Could be worse, right? Like, I mean, let's just be honest. We have a pedo president in the Epstein files. So what are we talking about? Best breasts and soliciting nudes? Okay, let's read. He may be the communist darling of the left-wing live streaming, but when cameras are off, the real Hassan Piker is shallow and sex-driven, sources claim. Who are these sources? Although he recently debuted a more serious image, donning spectacles and suits for his broadcasts, those close to the 34-year-old told the Post he's still a pervy, porn-obsessed frat boy. Those close to him told the Post this? Why would it? What? Who, though? Impulses, they say, get in the way of him ever realizing his goal of making it in the mainstream. What? Who is this? So some random dude some random person claiming to be Hassan's in his circle? Okay, let's just keep going. Off camera, he is very stiff and impersonal. I can't tell how much of what he says he actually believes. He definitely leverages it to creep on women, a former pal told the Post. What? A former pal? Okay. Creep on women. Okay. Sources noted Piker regularly boasts about receiving nude photos from fans and how he claims to watch porn on a laptop dedicated to that purpose, propped up on his chest so he can still see his penis. What is this article? This is crazy. Also, how would his friend know this? Is he just telling all of his... Hey, guys, what's more likely? That he's telling all of his friends how he jerks off and gets nudes from fans? Or that this is, like, just a shitty hit piece from someone? But this is crazy. Piker, who this week was banned from speaking in the UK over his extreme left-wing views, was born in New Jersey, but grew up in Istanbul, Turkey. from where his parents hail. Sources told the Post the Piker's family is wealthy, but aside from a picture of a younger Hassan on a horse in full riding gear, which he himself posted, few details of his early life are known. He has said he grew up horny in a repressed culture until his dad allegedly helped him dodge the mandatory Turkish military draft so he could attend college in the US. At age 18 in the 2009, Piker came to Miami after the partying too hard and scoring a dismissal grade point average of just 2.9. Hey, 2.9, you got that's pretty bad, but you could maybe in a bad year you could get into some faculties with that. Anyway, his mother made him transfer to Rutgers, where she had studied art history. Great. So they're just doing a whole fucking like a whole hit piece, huh? Like, how long is this piece? Oh my Lord, have mercy. No, I guess it's not that long. Let's keep going. Where were we? All right. Piker joined a fraternity, Delta Chi, and thoroughly embraced a frat boy lifestyle. In 2012, he wrote on Twitter, "The Bible for our senior year, 30 reasons to go for freshman chicks," with a link to a sexually explicit article. He graduated the following year with a degree in political science. The thing is, like all of these things are like written obviously to sound horrible, but at the same time, I'm like, I've never been to a frat house. I'm not a frat dude. I've never been into a partying lifestyle, but I have seen like actual frat idiots. I lived right beside a frat house. There's all parties in their backyard all the time. You're telling me these idiots aren't talking about this shit? Like, there's like, come on, like what are we doing here, New York Post? Like, oh my god, like they're like, he's so pervy. In college, he wanted to have sex with other girls. Yeah, definitely pervy to say go after the freshmen, sure. But like, they're all stupid young college boys. What do you want? Also, it's legal, and we have a pedophile president. Like this is also just so wild to be like, look how dangerous, weird Hassan is, but also defend like people in the Epstein files, like fucking Donald Trump or some shit. Anyway, Piker loved college so much that when he moved to LA after college, he aimed to start at Delta Chi frat house. However, he instead went to work with his uncle at the Young Turks. Enjoying his first taste of being a nepo baby, Piker was heavily promoted on the channel, and his show The Breakdown became a success, leading him to gaining the title Woke Bae around the network. Okay. From there, he broke out on his own in 2018, broadcasting daily on Twitch, the streaming channel, sometimes for up to 12 hours per session. He has since amassed over 3 million followers, making him one of the most popular people on the streaming service. Now operating out of a 2.7 million home in Hollywood he bought in 2021, Piker enjoys a bachelor lifestyle but displays a lot of weird behavior. But like, this is why these like articles don't make any sense. And like all the right wingers who like obviously hate Hassan will like latch onto this, and perhaps this video. I mean, there are psychos like that, but it's like, who gives a fuck? Also, like, I'm not super invested in his like personal life. Like, you know, like when you come to the news, I want something like groundbreaking, you know. Not like, oh my god, he's a weirdo. Like, who isn't a fucking weirdo? But when he's not rallying against US imperialism, showing his support for China or Cuba, or saying he'd vote for terror groups, Hamas over the Israeli government, Piker solicits nudes from his female fans, according to a streamer he previously worked with. Who's this? Is this the streamer? Pictures he appears reveals showing off to others. What is this? Oh, they linked to Ethan Klein, dude. Is that your source, New York Post? They linked to Ethan Klein. That's hilarious, dude. That's like going like, you know, fucking, you know, hey, Biden, a source told us all this horrible shit, and then it links to Donald fucking Trump. Like, okay, that's awesome, dude. Oh my lord. Man, I used to be a fucking H3 fan too, and he is just so cringe now as well. Fuck me. Fuck me. All right. So this was the Ethan hit piece then? Is that what I'm getting? Is this what they're saying? Sources pointed out instances where Piker had been on stream and it exposed explicit pics while broadcasting with Cutie Cinderella. She looked on as he opened a clearly explicit image while broadcasting. On another occasion, he left his phone with streamer Pokimane while off camera, and she also stumbled across explicit content on the device. What? Oh, and this is their this is their link. Is this their source? A 1.95 thousand subscriber channel clip?
You have like nothing to hide, huh, Hassan?
What?
You can just so confidently give her your phone.
Like,
oh no, I saw some shit I should not have seen and I feel very bad, but it's okay.
Wait, what did you see?
Stuff.
Oh, from, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
What is that?
If it was recent, then yeah.
But like, this isn't bad still. Is this bad? Is this like the slam dunk? Put them in the slammer? Because like, okay, first of all, I know like for people who don't have any friends in real life, like, first, if you have like explicit material you're trying to hide from your friends, why would you ever just be like, here's my open phone or whatever the fuck, right? Just fucking put it in your pocket, put it in your room. It's just so weird. Like, this is normal behavior between friends. And also, it's not like Pokimane was like, what the fuck? I can't believe it. She's just like, oops, might have saw your dick. Oh, well. Like, come on. Like, is that like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway. YouTuber Mizkiff also claimed he had seen hundreds of nudes on the host's phone. Piker did not return the post request for the comments for the article. Dee Piker, who claimed to have slept with over 300 women, also gleefully showed off all the nudes he was getting sent on Snapchat as part of an article by Cosmopolitan magazine in 2018. This is like some like crazy stalker shit, dude. Like, I don't give an absolute fuck if they're all consenting adults. Like, who actually gives a fuck at all? Oh my god, consenting adults, we're having a gangbang. Okay, is this news? Am I supposed to be, what is the purpose of this? It's nothing other than, oh my god, look at Hassan, he's a pervert. He likes to have sex with women, as if like all of his haters would not be like going out to the bars with their millions of dollars trying to pick up chicks. Or whatever the fuck their thing is, right? Like, come on now. Come on now. Let's keep it going. Article described about how his messages are about 70% nudes, and then quotes Piker as he scrolled through them saying, whoa, that's crazy. That was like actually her blowing someone. Don't ever like talk to any of these people. That's butt stuff. Cool. What? Okay. Having Snapchat as a male celebrity is a huge red flag to begin with, said one source, noting the app is mainly used by teenagers. Okay. So should they just ban? Some source says having Snapchat is creepy. Okay. Should they just ban males off of Snapchat, I guess? That also just sounds like a Snapchat problem. Like, if that's a problem, that kind of sounds like a Snapchat sided issue. You know, like something you should maybe put an ID maybe on if that's a big problem. Piker has also admitted sending nudes of other people to Will Neff, his streaming pal, raising concerns over issues of consent. He even joked about keeping a boob of note list, where he said in one stream, adding, the boobs I send every now and then, I see a pair that is concussion inducing and I'll send it to Will. In the video, one of his male companions says, add me to that list. while a female deadpans, let me know where that list is so I know not to look at it. Okay. But again, have you, like, I've worked at jobs before. During breaks, I have literally one of my coworkers have been, look at this hot girl on Instagram. Like, oh, nice, dude. Like, okay, like, boys, and that's just a work thing. And I also know, like, Will and Hassan, they're saying are homies, so it's like, it's even less weird than that. Anyway. So, booby list. Piker also previously discussed his penchant for webcam sex in a live stream, saying he keeps his camera off to protect my identity while getting off on those on the other side of it. Another source who spoke out to the post on condition of anonymity simply described Piker as a pathological liar. The thing is like literally the only sources I've been linked so far to these people who are giving him this information is Ethan Klein. Or some clips off of YouTube with like 1,000 views. Okay, this is wild, dude. I love this. Piker, who appears to be single and still broadcasts around 7 hours a day, appears quite insatisfiable. Neff recently described a night out with him as like going out with a zealot who could only be satisfied by intercourse. His porn-obsessed obsession extends to posting video from the Adult Entertainment XBiz Awards and having an off-and-on relationship with porn star Janice Griffith until 2020. Well, on previous streams, he admitted having sex with prostitutes and visiting a brothel in Germany for sex. Piker, who has also drawn scrutiny for comments involving disgraced music mogul Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, who is in federal prison on prostitution-related charges. Is that like it's supposed to be like a gotcha because they both had sex with a prostitute? Diddy's crazy. I would love to hang with Diddy. Diddy's Ciroc, vodka entourage, and trickle down bang anything thrown his way, Piker tweeted in 2012. It's a wild tweet. Years later, he claimed to have actually attended a Diddy after party at Coachella Music Festival where some really weird pedo thing featured a very young girl was allegedly playing on screen. Aside from sex, Piker's political screeds have turned out very lucrative, if earning him mockery for his lavish champagne socialist lifestyle. He may rail against wealth inequality, but lives alongside the Los Angeles influence elite, which payout data obviously showing he earned over $2 million, which is funny because it's like everyone's like, if you're a socialist, you just have to be a poor hobo. You can be a capitalist if you are a socialist, even though capitalism is the only way to work in the economy, unless you're going to be a worker. Nowhere was this hypocrisy more predominantly on display than when he went on a humanitarian aid flotilla trip to Cuba earlier this year and broadcasted wearing Carter designer sunglasses worth around $1,300. Piker praised the island and its leadership. The trip itself is said to be under federal scrutiny for potentially breaking U.S. embargo on the island. Doesn't mean U.S. embargo to the island. That doesn't mean you can't fucking travel. You can't fucking visit Cuba. You can totally visit and tour Cuba. An embargo is not limited to tourism, is it? Sources note that this is a huge blow to Piker, saying he is, quote, definitely the most worried about the legal trouble, unquote. Something he admitted to, saying the probe into him and 40 others from the trip was not great and that he is about to be seemingly made an example of. And that's definitely scary when you're a socialist going to a communist country and the fascist government is trying to, crack down on you because of your beliefs. That's definitely scary. In addition to being worried about criminal charges, Piker is obsessed with his public image and wants desperately to be seen as accepted as mainstream, but stuff like this makes it difficult for him, and he knows that. He's usually very careful and media trained, and this Cuba trip was a major Fox pass, he added. So this is like, I guess this is just the Ethan Klein hit piece. That has only been compounded by Piker's visa to speak to the UK being rescinded before he was due to travel this week, with the government's only saying it was on the grounds that his presence in the UK may not be conducive to the public good, which is fucked up because it's like you have a right of mobility or whatever, right to travel, and a right like he can't express his opinions in the UK because people are upset. Okay. On his stream Monday, Piker vented his frustrations with the organizers of the event he was due to speak at and compared himself to communist theorist Karl Marx. He said, "I'm doing this as a favor, and then it's crazy that once the UK Home Office intervened and revoked my visa, they just deleted my speaker page on their site. England has quite literally offered refuge to some of the most controversial thinkers like Karl Marx." That's true. And the thing is, that is true. He is true. I don't know if he's comparing himself to Karl Marx, but it's true that when Karl Marx was kicked out of Germany for his communist beliefs, that he was sent off to the UK, and the UK was like, sure, whatever. We have like free thought here or whatever. But not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore, the UK. No more. That was interesting. People are going crazy about the technical recession. Are we technically in a recession? Technically, I don't know.
It's frightening.
All right, let's watch this. I gotta water up and H2O up. All right. Let's take a break here. BRB. Alrighty, we're back, everybody. We're back with freedom. Freedom.
It's frightening.
Now, is Mark Carney going to take away your freedom of expression? Potentially. The anti-Semitism stuff, the anti-Semitism task force, it could. I'm not going to lie, it could. And I'm not a right-winger, but the way it looks in the States where they're cracking down on the the pro-Palestine stuff, same here in Canada. The anti-Semitism task force and the anti-Semitism in the West narratives being pushed very hard by mainstream media because of what's happening in Gaza. And our Western leaders are supporting Israel. That's really the gist of it. And in Canada, we have more extreme hate speech laws in Canada than the USA. There are hate speech laws like in Canada. You definitely cannot attack a group based on their ethnicity, culture, race, religion, or creed, right? And so hate speech law in Canada is more strict than in the US, because in the US you can say, I think, whatever the fuck you want, mostly. And I still think there are radical racist groups operating in Canada. But anyway, let's just get into it.
How intent the Liberal government is on limiting what you and I can say, see, and hear, especially online, but not exclusively online. For instance, the Liberals now have a bill called C9, which is before the Senate for consideration. It removes the exemption from the criminal code of speech that is related to faith. So if you say something that's related to your faith that another person might find hateful, you didn't used to be able to be prosecuted for that. But now, if C9 passes, you will. It's such a concern that the Canadian Conference of Catholic Bishops have written to the Prime Minister and the Justice Minister to say, we're worried now that priests who read scripture from the pulpit on Sunday may open themselves up to prosecution for hate speech if they're talking about morality, marriage, some of the old traditional views.
And this is a big thing because, like, Bill C9, it is an attack on your expression of speech. So it does heavily depend on what is the definition of hate speech. At what definition are we drawing the line? So if we're removing this exemption, because a lot of Christians are kind of anti-Semitic in a way because of, like, the Jews killing Christ or whatever. So there is a lot of that. Can you say that? Is that considered hate speech against the Jews? Like, that is a valid concern. And also, they won't talk about it on the Toronto Sun, but the pro-Palestine crowd are pro-Palestinian people going to get targeted with hate speech by Zionists and Israeli lobbyists who want to get people fired and brigaded for being pro-Palestine, for recognizing the genocide in Gaza. Is that going to be hate speech? Because there is 75 million specifically being spent for keeping Jewish communities safe in Canada because of what's going on right now in the foreign conflict.
That's not right. You should be able to express your faith, your well thought out faith. You should be able to do that without fear of the state coming down and prosecuting you, maybe charging you with an offense that would bring about a penalty of up to 2 years in jail. The Prime Minister's office has also been involved in secret meetings about determining who's a legitimate journalist. There's what we call the legacy media and the new independent media. You've got legacy media like this newspaper. Plus you have, the Globe and Mail, the National Post, all of the old traditional ones, plus the old traditional networks. Those are considered legitimate by the government. But the new ones, the new
like Rebel
online,
News,
mostly online streaming news services like the Rebel and Juno
Rebel
News,
News might get hit with
would
a hate
bring
speech.
a unique and independent perspective to many stories.
Yeah, a unique perspective, otherwise known as fucking bullshit. Far right MAGA Nazi shit, just slop.
Those are legitimate journalists. They maybe shouldn't get accreditation to come to government announcements. They maybe shouldn't be allowed to interview ministers and the prime minister. That is a very dangerous idea. The public can sort that out. The public can decide for themselves. Saying that the government has to decide who are legitimate journalists is saying the public is too dumb to separate fact from fiction, misinformation from information. That's simply an insult to Canadians.
This is also a good point for Republicans to take, like right-wingers to take, because people aren't stupid. The workers are not stupid. The working class is not fucking stupid. They feel the pain. They feel being ripped off every day. They know they're being fucking screwed over. They just don't know how to express it. And it comes out in fucking horrific ways, like racism and bigotry and unfortunate circumstances and people's material circumstances and upheaval in life, right? Like, this is a good angle to take, because you should, honestly, the government should take questions from everybody, even the fucking crazy Nazis, the Holocaust deniers. Take questions from them. Educate the fucking idiots. Because when you're doing this thing where it's like, no, you can't even ask that question, you make these idiots think that there's more to it than that when there's not. And then you just sit here with it's like growing it even. You have to address the fucking questions head on and tell these idiots why they're wrong. like educate them, please. Educate.
Then they want to give the CRTC control over legal content on the internet. If the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission, appointees by the Liberal government, decide that something you post or something with one of the membership groups you belong to or one of the new news services you subscribe to, if the CRTC decides that something that's on one of those sites is not in the public interest, it's against the public interest, it's disinformation, they have the right to demand it be brought down. And the CRTC has also decided that there should be a 15% tax on streaming services in Canada to raise money for more Canadian content and more Indigenous content. I mean, on the surface, that's not especially offensive, except for the 15% tax part. But it's really saying, look, we don't think you're seeing enough of the right things. So we want these streaming services to produce more content that the government feels is in your best interest. It's another way of controlling speech. And finally, of course, they're giving us far more CBC.
Not
They've
really.
raised the CBC's budget this year by $150 million to $1.6 billion.
It's hard to draw the line for me. I don't know where I stand on this, because at the same time, I want everyone to ask their questions and let's go through the process and the science and the data and let's see, get to the truth, right? But when you have these institutions who profit off of genocide denial and genocide misinformation, that is when I go, you can't profit off of that. You're profiting off of genocide denial. That's immoral. That's wrong. It's disrespectful to the dead. It's just desecrating the dead. And it makes a mockery of a horrible tragedy. Like, so yes, when Rebel News and these online institutions are profiting off of genocide denial and hate speech, it should be taken down, in my opinion. But when it comes to the journalists, you can't ban the journalists from asking whatever question they want, even if it is fucking crazy. So it's hard, right? It's like, where do you toe this fucking line? I don't know. I'm just an idiot on the internet.
And the CBC is horribly
Someone
biased.
bring me the answers, please.
It's very much in favor of the government. It's very much in favor of liberal and left causes. It frequently dismisses conservative views. And as we know, in this last year, we found out that they deliberately will overlook conservatives when they're getting together to ask questions. This government will tell you it's all in favor of free expression, but it's not. It's working on a whole bunch of ways to control what you can see and say and hear. For Post Media, I'm Lauren Gunter.
Right. And it is true. And I know on the right wingers are going to feel targeted, right, by this. But the thing is, how pro-Palestinian sides, the students in Canada, should also feel very targeted by this. This could be a step towards a crackdown of more pro-Palestinian protests. That's my fear. What do you guys think? Like and subscribe, of course. Gotta throw that in for the VOD, because this is live. Go check out the live, by the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to the Twitch live. I'll like this, because I need more of this dude's content, of course. Going on in the world also. All right, new tariffs. That's always a fun time. Technical recession and new tariffs. I'm sure that's going to help the technical recession. Go to YouTube. Six hours ago. Let's do this. I mean, I'll refresh. New tariffs, everybody. I hope you're ready for more pain. More pain is coming. Hope you're excited. Hope you're ready for the big squeeze. It's gonna hit you hard, baby. It's gonna affect that bottom line, gonna affect that dollar, gonna affect your ability to buy. Who doesn't love that? How many views does this have? 115,000 views in 6 hours ago. New tariffs. Oh my God, new tariffs. What's going on?
Just hours after Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc met with his U.S. counterpart in Washington, the Americans announced a new set of sweeping tariffs that are set to impact Canada. One of 60 countries the States is going after.
One
again.
of 60?
Our Mackenzie Gray joins us now from Ottawa to break down last night's announcement. So, Mac, take us through the new U.S. tariff proposal and what
Why
it would apply
Canada?
to here in Canada.
It was about 5 or 6 hours after the meeting that Dominic LeBlanc had with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. That's the guy who's in charge of the CUSMA renegotiations and all of really Donald Trump's trade policy. Of course, Trump makes a lot of the final decisions on these things, but Greer acts a lot of these things out. This had been an investigation that had been going on for a while into countries and what they do to make sure that forced labor products are not bought or sold into their countries. There were different kind of classifications. Canada was in a group that said that they had provisions to deal with forced labor, but were not effectively implementing them. Of course, that is related to the current USMCA, as Donald Trump likes to call it, the Canada-US-Mexico Free Trade Agreement, where there are provisions about forced labor. Because of that, the U.S. Trade Representative is proposing that there be a 10% tariff on Canada, but there are some key exceptions when you read into things a little bit deeper.
This is so weird for Trump to do. It's just an excuse to use more tariffs, right? To bat people over the head with tariffs. To just be the big scary leader with tariff, like, you know? Because it does make the whole world economy very fucking volatile, and it's shitty for everybody. That's always fun, you know, but also like forced immigrant labor, like that's so shitty. Like Donald Trump loves forced immigrant labor. You know why? Because it benefits capitalists. It makes him more rich. It makes every one of his buddies more rich. So, of course, it's a fucking excuse.
First, it does not apply to CUSMA goods. That's about 85% of the goods that Canada sells to the U.S., so already that's a big swath of goods that could potentially be affected. It also does not apply to tariffs that are under the 232 section. For those who are not reading the trade documents like we are here, that's mainly the tariffs associated with steel and aluminum and other metals. Those go up to 50% on something, so an additional 10% on that would have been very punitive on top of an already difficult situation when you talk to the steel, aluminum, and other metals manufacturers. So what does it apply to? It's tough to say because it is a proposal at this point in time.
Bro, it's time to buy that Coke stock, baby. Next time you see that Coke stock dip aluminum, oh, baby.
These things can always change.
They're going to be
but
selling.
they're
They're going to be making record profits.
Potentially could apply to things like softwood lumber that already has a number of countervailing duties and additional tariffs on it that are in the 50% ballpark. So that could move up to potentially 60% on softwood lumber. There's a number of other things like furniture, cars that are wholly made in Canada or predominantly made in Canada are impacted as well too. That deals with a lot of heavy machinery right now that has 25% tariffs on it. And of course, there are goods that are not compliant under CUSMA. That has a 10% global tariff on it right now. This seemingly would have another 10% on top of it to get to 20%. We'll have to see how these things play out.
I like this, how they break down this stuff too, because I'm just thinking, I'm like listening to this shit, and I'm like, none of this fucking information matters unless I'm a capital owner. Like, none of this fucking information, how many goods are being exported and imported, like, that only fucking matters. Information matters to you if you're like a capital owner, if you're a capitalist, if you're in the industry. If not, sure, it might impact your job. You might lose your job, but that's fucking capitalism. It crashes every 5 to 7 years. Everyone's going to lose their job 5 to 7 years. Not everybody, but
as a way for
lots of people.
The Supreme Court ruling that struck down a bunch of his tariffs before. There are different sections in the U.S. laws that allow different kinds of investigations to be done. There are other investigations going forward, so we'll have to see if those impact Canada and if these tariffs actually come into place. You know, you go back to the wintertime when that Doug Ford Ontario ad was playing during the World Series. Donald Trump at that time threatened an additional 10% tariff on Canada that never actually came to fruition. So this is just a proposal at this point in time. We won't know until kind of mid-July whether or not the Americans actually do go forward and implement it.
All right, Mac, the trade talks between LeBlanc and his U.S. counterpart went on for about 2 hours yesterday. What was the mood after those talks finished? Dominic LeBlanc talked about how he was...
Okay, let's see this. Let's see what Carney's got to say. I'm not done with this. Yeah, okay, more tariffs. Woohoo.
Well, first off, I'll note, and he can speak for himself, Minister LeBlanc had very constructive discussions with his counterpart, Ambassador Greer, yesterday in Washington, along with our chief negotiator, Janet Charette. Secondly, with respect to these 301 tariffs, this is not a surprise. It's something that the U.S. has been planning for a few months. I think very importantly is that two things. One is that the tariffs are consulted for 30 days or 30 plus days. Secondly, explicitly in the decision, Canada, the carve-out for CUSMA is referenced and maintained. So that puts us in a position where, again, we would still have the best trade deal of any of the U.S. trade counterparts. I want to say as well,
the thing is, this CUSMA deal is so important. And anyone who's like, I can't fucking imagine the CUSMA deal not coming together again or it falling apart in some way, because the CUSMA deal is so good for every single capitalist in Canada, USA, Mexico. Free trade is great for all of them. It only benefits all of the economies for everybody, right? So if it falls apart, like, it's deep shit then, I think.
The issue, the motivation of the U.S. action, the 301 tariffs against, or proposed tariffs against a variety of countries, is something that we share. Canada has a very strong legislative regime against forced labor in supply chains.
No, we don't.
We don't want any element of forced labor coming in goods and services, and we want to use our influence to eliminate this practice of forced labor and child labor. We have been preparing ways to reinforce the regime that we have. We made some changes earlier this year on things that candidly were not as effective, so there's ways we can change things legislatively. We'll be
technical tariffs.
Proposing that to the House
treasonous
in the coming
traitor
weeks before the House rises is our intention, and then taking steps to move forward on that. So, you know, when you boil down the action, we support the overall objective, the U.S. action, I should say, and I would note that, in effect, how it's drafted for the vast majority of Canadian trade, it will not have an impact. But at the same time, since we support the overall objective, we have the objective and we're working towards making it more effective.
Strength.
No, I was a bit
Ty loves to
surprised.
dance
Please.
and to teach people how to dance. So he bought a .dance domain name.
For 30 days or 30 plus days. Secondly, explicitly in the decision,
This is what failure
Canada,
looks like.
The carve out for.
Okay, I already watched this. Let's go to X. See what let's say what X says. Yeah. 51st state. Woo, yeah, that's all great. It's all well and good. I want more about 51st state talk news. Just 51st state talk all the time, just every day, all the time.
I present the president's views, the United States' views to Canada. I don't do all, mechanically, I don't do all the reposting and retweeting myself. My understanding is we repost
Yeah, we love 51st state comments. U.S. ambassador stands by Trump's 51st state comments.
100% of the president's tweets that deal with Canada. The president.
Yeah. Like, that's his job. Like, people, there's a great quote where it's like, people will believe anything if their money is tied to it or something like that. If their job is tied, if their job pays them not to believe it, then they won't believe that, whatever, whatever the fuck it is. What else is going on? That could be it for the React section of this video, unless something amazing pops up in the next 5 minutes. Oh, Lily Unleashed. Nope. Let's go news. Are we in a recession or a technical recession? Here we go. That's a good one. Are we in a technical recession or a recession? Let's do this, because who doesn't love recession talk? Of course we're coming to a recession. The recession's happening because a recession happens every 5 to 7 years, and the last recession was in 2020. And guess what? It's 2026. 5 to 7 years. It's coming. It's here. We're in a recession. Welcome, everybody. Of course, they're not going to say that, because then everyone will panic and the recession will get much, much, much worse. Remember they were trying to call like other dips, like, it's like a vibe session. It's like, it's like a vibe sesh. Anyway.
Canada's had 2 consecutive quarters of shrinking GDP, the only country in the G20 that can say that. We've lost 112,000 jobs in the first 3 months of this year. And that has left our country with a quarter of its people in food insecurity. Will the Prime Minister tell us whether we are in a recession or a technical recession?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, first may I wish the Leader of the Opposition a very happy birthday. Second.
Oh, good man, Carney. Aw, isn't that so nice? Aw, they love each other.
I'll even give him his question back, Mr. Speaker. Petit cadeau à vous. Mr. Speaker, what this government is doing is putting in place the foundations of an economy.
Who is the Mr. Speaker? Can I just look at who is Mr. Speaker in Canada, in Parliament Canada? And why do they matter? Why are they like Mr. Speaker? Please. Believe me. The Honorable Francis Scarpelligia. Okay. What do they do? Like, what is their job? Like, I don't understand why do we have a speaker?
That will be stronger, more resilient, more independent. We are seeing, in the face of U.S. tariffs, in the face of global uncertainty, in the face of higher energy prices, we are seeing business investment accelerating. We are seeing wages growing twice the rate in the United States. We are seeing this country
in the United
place
States.
The conditions for
Who cares?
sustained prosperity.
What did he say? Wage growth in more than the United States? Is that what he meant? Isn't that what Doug Ford said the other day?
I am 47. But that's 50 with inflation. But what I really want is a Christmas gift from a birthday gift from this Prime Minister is someone who will actually answer the question. And Canadians deserve an answer, not misinformation. We've had 2 consecutive declining quarters of GDP growth. We are the only country in the G7 that can say that. The only country in the G7 that has seen the economy shrink in 3 of the last 4 quarters, the only country whose GDP is smaller than it was a year ago when the Prime Minister took office. So, Willie, tell us, are we in a recession or a technical recession? Which is it?
Which is it? Which is it? Oh my goodness, my mother's calling me. This is important, chat. Hello?
Hi there.
All right, we're back. Mom, wow. Talked for a while. Okay. Not too shabby, though. Not too bad. Where were we? We were talking about the recession. I talked about the recession with my mother. Told her, be prepared, because it's coming. Oh, of course, my camera's doing that thing. When it glitches out, I don't really care at this point.
It's very painful on someone's birthday when you give them a present and they give it back to you. Mr. Speaker, I'll do...
Honestly, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good line.
Mr. Speaker, it's very painful on someone's birthday when you give them a present and they give it back to you. Mr. Speaker, I'll do a little research for the Leader of the Opposition. If you'd like to ask the C.D. Howe Institute, they know the answer to that question. If they'd like to ask the OECD, which today predicts that Canada will have the second strongest economy in the G7 this year.
Is that true? OECD Canada prediction. Okay. Is there news about this? March 26. OECD Iran war escalates. Yeah, who cares? Does the yield curve still predict recessions? We actually learned about the yield curve in my finance courses and my econ courses, so that's interesting. And yes, it does. OECD predict. Oh no! Oh, that's 2021. Okay, that's far away. Anyway, let's keep it going. Keep going.
The honorable leader of the opposition.
C'est la seule promesse qu'il a fait pendant les élections.
The honorable.
And it's the same thing he said a few days ago. But after he said that, we saw that Canada is the only country in the G20 that is in recession. So that means
I thought it was a G7.
that Canadians are skipping meals. There are 112,000 Canadians who've lost their jobs. We have the second worst unemployment rate in the G7. Can the Prime Minister stand up and answer a very simple question? Are we in a recession or just a technical recession? The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Now this is the French period?
Mr. Speaker, once again, we have
as a Canadian, I've never watched one of these, which is crazy to say as a grown adult in Canada.
Correct the official record of Parliament. I made a number of promises during the election campaign. The first was to save Canadians from the terrible policies of the Leader of the Opposition. Second, the policies that this government has put in place are allowing us to create a more resilient, more prosperous, stronger, a more sustainable economy, and a more independent economy. That's what we're doing.
The honorable leader of the opposition.
Delivered was a recession. He promised he'd have the fastest growing economy in the G7. He's delivered the only recession in the G7. While Canadians line up around the street to try and collect from the food bank, this Prime Minister spends $200,000 on in-flight meals for just 3 flights, including $4,200 on creme brulee, $593 on luxury Normandy buttercups. No wonder
my goodness.
With the people
Buttercups.
Whose jobs he's killed.
I could use a buttercup right now. Here's my little buttercup. Tell you that.
Up and tell us, are we in a recession?
The right honorable Prime Minister.
The answer is yes.
Mr. Speaker, what I will tell this House is what I hear from international investors.
The thing is, as I've said, and I'll reiterate, recessions happen every 5 to 7 years. The last recession was 2020, 2026 now. Do the math. You can figure it out. Let's get there together.
Is the most attractive destination for
oh, we're so sexy.
What I hear from major global investors who want to invest more than $100 billion in this country, what we are already seeing, which is foreign investment that's running in this country at twice the rate of any other G7.
Here.
Mr. Speaker, obviously the multinational corporations that he is profiting are very pleased with the way things are going. As for the Canadian people who are living under his recession, it's another story. They don't have $200,000.
This is a great line for anyone except a conservative to have. Who in Parliament is saying that up there? Who? Not the NDP leader, not the Liberal leader. It's this fucking guy, the conservative, is fighting the class war, apparently. You're right. The working class is being fucked over every single day. That surplus, the corporations, the surplus value should come back to the workers. Of course, Pierre, but that's socialism. And Pierre thinks that's evil and scary.
Meals on 3 private flights, Mr. Speaker. They don't have tax havens so that they can shelter from the high tax burden he imposes on everyone else. He can't even bring himself to utter the word recession, even though the textbook definition tells us that he's the only prime minister, the only leader in the G20 who's created one. So will he stand in the House and answer the question, are we in a recession or a technical recession?
What does it matter?
Mr. Speaker.
Either way, it's bad. Are we in a recession? Either way, we're in a recession. Recession or technically a recession. So a recession in both outcomes.
We are in an economy that is fundamentally being transformed by a government that has a plan. To create a stronger, more independent, more resilient economy, a sustainable economy.
Let's look at these comments.
An economy that moves from reliance to resilience. And
we're
Mr.
in a
Speaker,
depression.
we are seeing business investment. Canadian business investment up 10% in machinery equipment. We are seeing our non-U.S. exports up on course to double. We are seeing the strongest inbound investment.
Here, here. Great stuff. Anyway, are we in a recession? Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely, probably. That would be my take. Anyway, let's get into this video, I guess. I saw this. Why the U.S. is penalizing Canada. The truth behind the trade dispute. The morning. Your morning. Let's see why. Let's talk about why.
Proposing
why,
new tariffs
Trump? Why?
Of 10% or more on a whole list of countries, including
why Canada? Why
and
Canada?
The U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer says the penalty is in response to what the U.S. is describing as a failure to enforce a forced labor import ban. Joining us with what this means, how it could impact us, is Ian Lee. Of course, he's the associate professor at the Sprott School of Business at Carleton University.
What was that little playback right there?
First of all, I want to set up for everybody. Dominic LeBlanc, we know, is in Washington this week. He did have some comments around a discussion with Mr. Greer before this proposal was made. Here's what he had to say.
I would say that the conversation today helped the Americans understand our shared commitment to issues like, to use one obvious example, the question around forced labor and the fight against forced labor.
So Mr. LeBlanc, talking about a discussion that was had about forced labor before then this 10% or 12.5% for some kind.
This is hilarious to talk about forced labor as if Trump or any of these bureaucrats give a fuck about forced labor. Forced labor is great for capitalists. It's great for the government who wants to boost the economy, which is in the private hands of capitalists. So why wouldn't they love forced labor? It's such a fucking made-up excuse. I'd like to let's see what this guy has to say.
What do we know about the allegations the U.S. is making against Canada and other countries, and are they also not complicit?
What we're learning is Trump's tariffs are here to stay for the balance of the Trump administration, which is only 2 years to go, approximately, to the end of his term. Secondly, he is. There are many ways.
Only 2 more years
for a president or a prime minister to enforce their agenda. The Supreme Court struck down his tariffs back in February under IEEPA, the legislation. And then they put in temporary tariffs, which expired July 7th. So what the Trump administration clearly did was said, look, go find me a legal reason that's going to be sustainable.
They just want to squeeze countries. They know this. And tariffs, I guess, are like their Hail Mary attempt at getting shit out of countries because of the global volatility. It's just like you pay us, which just fucks over and squeezes American people, because American people have to pay the tariff. They have to pay more for the tariff for the price
replace those tariffs that were struck
imports.
Down, because they suspiciously parallel the tariffs that were struck down. But what they did is they found a finding. They found that they can impose tariffs if, for example, countries are doing certain things. In this instance, allowing goods to come in made with slave labor or labor that's been treated very, very badly. And so that's what they're doing. They found, I call it a loophole in the legislation to put the tariffs back on that Trump so clearly wants against these countries, some 60 countries.
And the thing is, Canada, like the UN came out again and was like, Canada's foreign labor system is like modern day slavery. Like, it's horrific conditions. But do you think Trump gives a fuck about the poor immigrants coming to Canada? Like, give me a break.
So I think they're here to stay unless we can negotiate them away in the CUSMA negotiations.
We did reach out to Public Safety Canada to get their response to the finding of the U.S. investigation. We did this because they would be the ones who would respond. They haven't yet. In the meantime, these are just proposed tariffs. They are still subject to a public hearing and a review. First of all, what needs to be proven there? And secondly, if they are implemented, what does that mean for us?
I'm not trying to rationalize what Donald Trump is doing. I want to make that clear. I don't agree with tariffs. I've never agreed with tariffs in my 35 years. That's why I supported the first free trade agreement with the United States. Free trade
They all
agreements
love free
remove tariffs. They
trade.
don't put them on, they take them off. So anyone who's a free trader and believes in free trade is against tariffs. But what it's not as bad as it sounds, because it's a net. In fact, in some areas, the aluminum.
I mean, it's very bad. Just because, guess what? Tariffs are a tax, and taxes get passed on to consumers. Like, no one wants tariffs. The misinformation of somehow how tariffs are making America rich or something, and these right-wingers eat it up as if like they all of a sudden just love taxes now because it's like a militarized tax. Like, we're giving you a tariff, eat it.
He's reducing the tariffs somewhat.
Okay, well,
so
you're
I
actually
think that
eating
the net
it.
effect on Canada is when the numbers shake down, is we're going to see it's not going to be, at least thus far from the information we have, it's not going to make a significant difference in terms of what we're paying. I think that larger issue, Anne-Marie, is that I hope that this, and I'm certain it will, motivate our negotiators in Washington, Mr. LeBlanc and company, to double down their efforts to come up with what I call a grand bargain, where we say, you know, and I hope we're discussing this, where we say, okay, look, we're going to put our protected industries on the table, which have been annoying the Americans going back to literally a third of a century, to the 1990s in the U.S. trade reports, you know, supply management, telecom bill that doesn't allow foreign telecoms to come into Canada and so forth. And we put that on the table and say, look, you take all your tariffs off, we'll take off our protected industries, and just see if we can have a deal. And people say, well, he won't go for that. Well, until you negotiate and you start discussing, you don't know that. And that's what negotiations are all about.
And the thing is, that telecom thing is to protect capitalists. It's, again, to protect our Canadian telecoms from American competing telecoms, because drive down prices, drives down profits in the industry, and it makes it harder to compete, and that fucking drives down profits and costs more money for capitalists. So of course they don't want, if you're a monopolist and you have your Rogers, you don't want any USA telecom coming in.
So this may point towards the path to a new deal, a grand bargain.
Well, yeah, that's my question is, what do you think the president is ceding here? Is he ceding the idea, as you say, that a free trade deal means there are no tariffs? He's making it very clear, I will find a way to make sure that tariffs stay. So then is that his backhanded way of saying, we're not doing free trade, we're doing tariffs and a trade deal out of that?
Yet to be seen. I thought that Prime Minister Carney's speech last week was very positive. I know he got some criticism because he used that mega word, but the idea, not that we're pivoting away from the United States, which I've strongly disagreed with, and those Canadians who think we should, because it is the largest economy in the world at $32 trillion. No other country's close, including China. It's only $20 trillion. And
the thing is, where this guy is wrong about moving away from the USA is that the USA only has AI. The AI bubble is like literally the tech companies and the finance capital is holding up the USA and the military, of course. But like, other than that, they don't have it, the industry. Like, if anyone has studied capitalism, if you fucking understand how capitalism works on a macro scale, you understand that it expands. You understand that it goes from one place and has to move to another because there's foreign labor in another place. There's cheaper labor in another place. So it's going to go there because it's more profitable, right? So the USA, even though it's so powerful, China's rising, and China's the foreign upcoming power. And then there will be someone else. Who knows? Canada? No. But who knows?
We must do a deal. And so when Prime Minister Carney said, look, we can be your partners in helping you reinvigorate the American economy, I thought that's the way to go, and to appeal to the self-interest of Donald Trump and the American administration. And I just don't think that any other route, you know, insulting the Americans or saying we're going to, you know, pivot away to go somewhere else is the way to go. This is the way to go. And so this may yet provide, in this bad news today,
does Canada have a Trump Tower?
To, as I said, a grand bargain between Canada and the United States.
Ian Lee, great to have you in Texas this morning. Thank you.
Oh, man, we don't.
Thanks very much, Emery. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's part of the deal for sure then. Getting that Trump Tower in Canada, definitely on that list.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted.
Anyway, great stuff. Poor Canada, just getting bullied every day by Trump. Anyway, we're going to move on to gaming because I want to game. I'm going to game now. So we're going to switch over BRB and we're going to go to game time. All right, everybody, we're back. We're back in black, all right? We're back. Oh no, why does my camera do this? Why? Please, please. I'm watching you. Do it. There it goes. Okay, one sec. Let's just do this. How about we remove this? Oh, this does it too? Wow, what? Hello? Camera? That's not what I want. Hello? Where's my camera? It's gone forever, Chad. It's fucking toasted. Just cooked. This damn webcam. Someone donate to get me a new fucking webcam, bro. What is this shit? Alright, time to unplug. Unplugging the webcam. I waited 5 seconds, I think. Oh, smells like shit under my desk. Who shit under my desk? Was that one of you guys? Cat. Stop, okay? Look at that. Look at it now. It's over. It's over forever. Okay. Will it boop out like this? Please no. Ah, it's just cooked, chat. It's just fucking... I'm gonna just have to buy a new one on Amazon. That's the way life goes, I think, for me. You know? It's a sad day when your life just falls apart, but... You know, it is what it is. We move on. We move forward through these trying times of ours. Anyway, welcome you guys to Mina the Hollower. This is a new trending game by the Yacht Club Games. I think they made Mugenics, I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure, but I think there was a bundle on sale on Steam if you guys are interested. But I've never played this game, don't know what it's about. I just thought it was trending and cheap. I saw it was hitting the highs on the sale charts, just released, and it's cheap enough for me to buy, so hit that download button. And while you hit that download button, hit the subscribe button, of course, and the like button, and comment. You know, comment all the backseating I need to do. Yes, new game. Registered my name. Okay. Where's S at? Perfect. Done. Oh, let's put an exclamation part at the end. Done. Socrates, baby. Oh, look at us. We're a little mouse. Level 1 sword, level 1 everything. Okay. Location, the Trim Bliss Sea. Modifiers, L? Starting, enabled. Favorite? I don't have any modifiers, so just starting, I guess. Go back. I know how to. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. Yeah, let's go. Level 1, baby. Send me. Dear Mina, in the dimming light of Trenablus Isle, I write with great unease. 10 years have passed since your indigenous spark generators brought prosperity to our central city of Ossex. Ossex? Now their light falters, warping the landscape. Baron Lionel, your esteemed patron, has requested your aid. Your experience as a creator of these generators and your skill as a hollower will both be crucial for the issues, maybe deeper than mere technical faults. Oh boy. We trust in your ability to unravel this mystery and restore the generators. We gotta go save these Jennies. We gotta go restore this island. Okay, I'm done reading. With hope, the Marshal of Ossex. The Marshal is requesting me. This is important business. All right, level 1, baby. Let's go. Is this a tutorial? God, I hope so. How do I fight? Oh, hello. Can I talk to you? How do we talk? Enter? That's not how we talk. Oh, how do we talk? How do we interact? How do we interact, chat? Oh no. What? I need... Hello, sir. Oh! What the fuck? I think I hit G. I might have grenaded my ship. That's not how we started Let's Play. I'm just saying. We're just gonna, you know, forget that ever happened. You know? All right. I need to look at the fucking controls. Where is the control menu? Info. Where are the... Yeah, settings. Options. Oh. Options. Options. Controls. Oh. Oh. Controls. Edit controller. Edit keyboard. WASD, I got it. Jump is spacebar. J is attack. K is heal. L is sidearm. Is there more to that? Edit. Single. Is there more down here? Swap is E. Ability is this. Should I be playing with a controller? Pause is enter. Okay, so it's basically K from enter. It's J through and the enter key are all these buttons. I got it. Confirm. Yeah, just go back. Just send me back. All right, we got this, chat. We got it. Hello. What was interact? Oh boy. Oh, J, obviously. Sea farmer. Ah, Mina, was it? Good evening. Just in time for landfall. See those cliffs over there? Not really. Oh shit. Okay, so that was supposed to happen. Oh my god. Are you okay? They're knocked out. Oh boy. They're knocked out. Oh boy. How do I attack? Oh no. Oh, I just went downstairs. Okay, I guess we're just going down here, I guess. This is mine, by the way. So is this. What was the attack button? Ability? I have nothing. I have no weapons. Is that why? I have utterly nothing. Okay, we're going back up. Okay. Okay, so we're stuck here. They're knocked out cold. Okay. Let's drive the ship. Drive the ship. Drive the ship. Ability. Use my ability. Am I missing something here? Obviously. Can I jump? Controller disabled. Weapon ability input. Only spacebar plus J. Only spacebar plus J makes sense. Left stick disabled? Oh no. How do I go back now? Oh boy. Well, I don't have a weapon. I am so confused. Am I supposed to jump over this? Oh, easy. How do I kill you? Hello? Oh, got him. Okay, let's jump over here and jump. Oh, easy. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm learning, Chad. I'm learning. This is called learning. You're seeing learning in real time. Oh boy. Who are you? Are you friendly? Boatswain. What in the blaze is happening? Grab a weapon and hold on to your hunches? Thank God this guy's helping me. I was like, I can't fight with that weapon. Oh. Ooh, look at these weapons. Oh, wait a second. Can I pick all of them? This is like choosing your starting Pokemon. A crushing mace. Affixated to a flexile chain. Press J to strike from a distance. A hammer with an explosive force. Hold J to charge up while charging. Move to roll. Okay. Rolling could be goated. A pair of nimble daggers. Tap J to stab in quick succession. What do I want, Chad? A crushing mace. I kind of want the daggers. Dagger. I'm going to be stabbing some people. Boatswain. If you want to try the other weapons, do it. Then get yourself topside. Okay. And woe be to ya if it's the Kraken lass. Okay. Oh, who can I stab? Oh, let's stab this. Oh, too easy. Can I walk over this? Okay, so these are jumpable objects. Too easy. Got him. We're learning. We're learning fucking fast and hard right now. Should I go back up and like explore more and break everything? Maybe I should. 1 second. This is very important. Okay, I don't mind the stabby stab. Let's check this guy out for size. Ooh, don't mind that. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay, but I can't go back, can I? Can I go over here? Oh, so I can't get out. Okay. My bad. I like that. And this sledgehammer. Bam! Oh my god. Yeah! And I can roll with it? I think I'm gonna stick with a dagger, to be honest. I can see the Night Star being like effective long range, but I think the dagger is the way to go. Just stab him right through the heart. You know, we don't have to get all technical about it. Oh boy, this is where... Oh, I'm stabbing everyone. Oh boy. Oh god. All my friends are dead. Oh! Die! Die, monster! Oh my god, the Nether Kraken! Oh Jesus, Lord have mercy! Ah! Kill him! Oh my god. I don't know anything. Oh god. Oh my god, he hurts. How do I heal? Oh Lord have mercy. H! Oh, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm so dead. I've failed my crew. Cappy, we've lost all control. We're headed straight for the cliffs. Oh god! Oh fuck. We couldn't kill the Kraken. It's too strong. Yeah, we got oh, I'm dead, dude. It's game over. I'm trying, man. How do I... Oh, I'm awake. Are you okay? You're still with us. What a relief. Well, I'm the main character. Oh god, how long was I out? Long enough for things to go sideways, miss. Here, Lionel insisted you take these vials. Oh, nice. They'll heal you right up. Perfect. Give me that. Plasma vial. This is... They got the Pokemon music? That's crazy. This is awesome. I love this game. Use K to consume it. Consume me. I'm gonna keep scrolling for supplies, maybe. I'll see you in Osix, eh? Stay safe out there. You too, Cappy. I'd like to see you. Hopefully you make it. Heal me. Oh, baby, that felt good. Oh, yeah. Give me some of this. Oh. Am I burning in that? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, I can go over here. Nice. Okay, exploration. What's over here, huh? You didn't think I'd be over here. Loner's Island? Oh, God. Can I sprint? Oh, Lord have mercy. This guy's not friendly. I know the look of him. Oh, boy. Die. Die. Oh, get cooked. Is this like the tall grass? Just like fucking Pokemon? Can I not get over here? Oh, never mind. Oh, nice. I can just chop these right up. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I should definitely just be chopping at everything. Just everything I see, like fucking Link. Yoink. Yup. I'm here to cut you up and cut your land up. That's what I'm all about. A bolt hatchet costs 3 mana. Press L to lob a hatchet in front of you, creating a large shockwave. Okay. All right. Take some of this. Oh, get cooked. Oh, I only have 10 hammers. Okay, we'll save those. Get cooked, son. Not missing anything. I guess I missed some grass over there. Can't go back. R.I.P. Oh, okay. Made it over. Can't get those. Okay. No? Just fuck up my sword at all? This... Here. Wait. Boom. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, let's get out of here. Nice, give me that. I'm just... Oh, no. Wait. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? That doesn't work? How do we... Oh, no, it's over. Game over, chat. We're fucking cooked here. Can I double jump? What was that? I did not know I could do this. How did I do that? Wait, how did I do that? I have no idea what I just did. But it worked. Can I hold this? Okay. Got ya. Hold spacebar. Oh my goodness. I could go back the whole time. Okay, let's go back, honestly. Maybe? Oh, look at me. Oh my God, I'm learning so hard. Oh, I'm learning so hard. You're all getting cooked today. Get absolutely cooked. Can't go through there? Okay. We actually can't go through there, huh? Okay. I'll see a little opening here, though. What? Okay. How about you eat some of that, then? Too easy. W learning. Oh my God. Problem solving God, they said? Holy shit. A condensed bones that can't be lost. Okay. Spend at shops or reclaim in your underlab. A bone stone. Nice. Gotcha. Is someone target locking onto me? What the fuck is that? Give me that. Can we not hold anymore? What is this? Oh, easy. No? Okay. Still learning where I can and cannot go. There's a shiny over here. What's this ability do? Do I have anything? I saw this thing glint. Like, look at that. It's glinting. Didn't mean to do that. It's totally glinting. That has to mean something, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just there just cuz. Get cooked? I need like a bomb though, for real. That thing was glinting its ass off. See? Bastard. Just teasing me. Oh, my bad. That was an awful hit. Oh, we can go under there. Okay, I can make this. Too easy? Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. I do want to go over to the left here, though. Hello? Oh, I'm a parkour master. Ah! Get cooked. Gimme, gimme. Oh, another bone stone. Let's go, baby. We got 305 bone stones. See, there's a glint. Ah! There's a glinter right here, too. Why is all this glinting? Can I place a bomb? There we go. That's how you do it, chat. Okay, okay. That's how you do it. Got it, got it. We're learning. We're learning. This is honestly, I feel like I'm doing all right for not having a fucking tutorial or nothing. Okay. I got greedy. I'm an idiot. What am I doing? Okay, calm down. Calm down. Heal? Just heal. You're an idiot. I don't care if it's my last heal. I have to just stop being stupid. Like, that's crazy that I spent so much of my health there. Wild. I'm not a platformer, apparently. Get cooked. Oh boy. Where are you shooting me from? There you are. Bastard. You bastard. Oh, get absolutely cooked. Okay, so we can only jump over these. Okay. Can I break both of these? Nope. Okay. All right. And yes, I do see you here, sir. I see you. Did that do anything? Something squirted out of it. Whoa. Nice. Is that a checkpoint? God, I'm just going off of just pure game knowledge at this point. At all times, I guess. At this point. Oh my goodness. A gyro dagger. They said he couldn't get it. They said they absolutely said they could not obtain the gyro dagger. Press L to throw a spinning dagger that returns like a boomerang. Okay. Oh, but I draw my axe? That's fine. I'm done with it. I'm over it. Oh, it's gone anyway. Okay. Oh, oh my god. I'm gonna throw this at you. Just, oh, there, he's up above. Okay, okay, okay. Just cutting your grass here, guys. Don't worry about me. Oh my god. Oh my god, he hurts. Oh my god. Did I just say bones lost on the next death? That doesn't help. Okay, I have to be more strategic about who I'm fighting here. Ah! Get cooked. You're not as strong as me. Bone up. Bone up. Bone up, baby. Give me a fucking sword heal. A sword upgrade. Yes. Do it. Oops. I just closed my, oh god. We're losing it here. A little bit. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, so we just boned up. Whatever that means. Perfect. Can I go up here? No? I'm not gonna risk throwing anything anymore. I'm not gonna just risk throwing my consumables away anymore. Ah! I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, he can't get me. Oh, get cooked. Oh, that nerd. He just got baited so hard. How do I get up here? Now, since I died, I have to go back and mow their lawn again. Every piece. Yep, got my sword, right? So what is this thing? This is a waterfall, I guess? Oh, yeah. Hope you guys are prepared to get absolutely domed right now. Okay, maybe not. Oh, I have not played a fucking game like this in a long time. But I'm loving it. This game's great. For 23 bucks, this game's awesome. Like if it was 50 bucks, honestly, it still probably is worth at that rate. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I am dead. That was way too close for comfort. Comfort. Way too close for comfort. That was really bad. Oh, really? What? Are you kidding me? So only this way, huh? Okay. Or I can make my jump rope trail. All right. Too clean. Okay. Nice. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Oh, these are the jumping things. Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. Got him. Oh, I keep healing instead of killing. I'm just wait. Oh, it respawns. Thank you. Oh, thank God. Nice. All right. Oh, look at this part. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit the double trouble right there. Oh! Come on, man. I couldn't make that jump. How embarrassing. My bad. Oh, of course. Okay. Oh, there we are. We're getting it this time. Don't even worry about it. Hit the double stack? Nope. I thought I almost fell off again. Got him. Eat one of those. Oh, baby. Oh, they're getting cooked too hard. Thank you. Oh, hello. Okay, but as much as this was great, I wanted to get to that chest. I thought I could get to that chest this way. Okay, I have an idea. Too easy. Can I go this way? No, of course not, idiot. Oh, get cooked. Oh, here we are. Amazing. Don't dust, baby. Thank you very much. All right, now we do have to go through this thing here. Maybe that's where we come out. Die! Oh boy. Die! Oh, that's like an instant kill, huh? Bone up. Look at us. Am I the best Mina fucking player of all time? It feels like it. Great. Government money's coming in. Guess what? Grocery money from Canada. Yay. I can order food now. I can feed myself now. Thank God. Oh, I only have enough bone ups for to upgrade my defense, or what is this? Sidearms. Increase the power of sidearms. I'm gonna do defense. Let's do D. A strong defense is a strong offense. I keep healing myself on absolute accident, and it's awful. Hey, it's K and L. Get your shit together. Get cooked. God, we're way too good at this game. Who wants it? Okay, now where do I go though? Back down here? In here? No. So this is just it then. All right. Cool. Is there a map? Nope. No map. Okay. We've done all this, so we're gonna go this way now. Oh, look at that. We're coming in hot to that city center right there. Oh, I'm so stupid. No one saw that. Oh my God, you hit me with your shield? Is that what just happened? Really? What is that? What is that even supposed to be? Is that a key thing? Looks like a key. It looks like a key fob holder. Okay, let's go down. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hello. Trooper, I was about to just chop his head off. Trooper, waiting, I'm not your enemy. I'm with Lionel's guard. Thrown and his conspirators attacked us. How do I know you're not a conspirator? They blew up the spark generator, flames, destruction, everything. Barely made it out alive. Sounds terrible, my man. That sounds like a rough life. Can you move, though? Thank you. Oh, what do I want? A 20 full of everything. We can throw... I like the sword, though. But maybe the throwable might be better. Is that all we gotta talk about? Trooper, thrown totally raised Ossex, you know, setting it on fire. I'm not setting foot out there in that mess. Oh, so I have to? Got it. What? I'm not making that. I know I'm not making that shit. How am I supposed to get over there? Can I actually make that? There's no shot in hell I'm making that. Okay, I can make that. Oh, not when you do that, you idiot. I'm just gonna heal up. I'm just gonna heal up. I think my spacebar broke on that one. Why? Holy fuck. Woo. Oh god, I'm gonna die to this fucking idiot here. The shield monster. Well played. Well played. I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that just happened. I'm so bad at this game. I am so horrifically bad. We're gonna have to do all that again. What's in my backpack, by the way? So I can buy these for 3 of these? How many do I have, though? You know? I don't know how many I got. Oh, what's the start menu button? Must be the pause game button. Okay. We're just gonna pause here. Take a break. And then we'll come back and clear this all out again. It won't take that long.